Hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm going to be defending the Aedes albopictus mosquito.
Hi, I'm Grace, and I'm defending the Culex quinque fasciatus, also known as the Culex fatigans mosquito.
So, we were assigned the question, which is more dangerous to humans, the Culex fatigans mosquito or the Aedes albopictus mosquito? Grace is going to be debating on behalf of the Culex fatigans, and I will be debating on for the Aedes albopictus species. Here are our thoughts.
So, the Culex fatigans is a mosquito most often referred to as the southern horse. It is clear from this name that this bug is anything but tiny, and its impact is far greater than its size. In my research of this species, I found many things, but one of the most predominant was the fact that two of the viruses it is known to cause and infect people with are Zika virus and the West Nile virus. Talk about scary and life-threatening. They infect humans and often mammals at an alarming rate. Once females have completed mating, they must find blood found on mammals and, you guessed it, humans. Blood is essential to help the development stages of the new mosquitoes. Eggs must have ingested blood to survive and thrive. An even scarier thought is the fact that each female lays over 5,000 eggs in their lifetime, and scientists aren't exactly sure how many, but it's a pretty guess. It's a guess. This specific type of mosquito is an excellent vector for disease. It calls most of the continental world home. In places such as Hawaii, it is the primary vector. Across the nation, it varies as to what disease it carries. For example, in somewhere like Texas, it is known to distribute St. Louis encephalitis virus. However, in Hawaii, which is also in the United States, it transports Plasmodium relictum, a disease and parasite linked to malaria often found in animals that fly. Not only does it bite humans, but it also has a strong liking to birds. Now, where are these mosquitoes able to reproduce and breed? They thrive in areas such as sewages, ponds, dirty water areas, anywhere that water is present and contaminated. On top of that, these areas are often undisturbed, which is how the mosquito is able to reproduce so successful and contaminate such a large section of the world. From birth to adult stages, the life cycle is give or take 7 days. Clearly, this bug is not only lethal, but quickly inhabiting and overtaking the world. What do you think?
So, I do like the points you've made, however, I beg to differ. The Asian tiger, as my mosquito is often known as, is anything but nice and extremely harmful to anything it comes into contact with. What is so frustrating about this species is that it came at the decline of another different mosquito, the yellow fever species. Yellow fever mosquitoes were deadly, and so upon their decline, people were extremely excited that the animal would disappear completely, but that didn't actually happen. Then along came the Aedes albopictus, a deadly infected mosquito much like the first. This species is also a great carrier of the disease. However, it is only associated with diseases like Eastern equine encephalitis virus and dengue fever. Both are super horrible, and I wouldn't wish them on my worst enemy. It lives and reproduces in dirty water sources similar to your mosquito, but also in places that provide shade and cover, like alleys, tires, things of that nature. On top of that, it lives in shrubs near the ground and preys on unsuspecting children that have no idea to even be wary of the blood-sucking beast or how to defend themselves. It feeds on humans and animals and shows no mercy to those it bites. The mosquito inhabits over half the United States, and it has established itself in countries like Asia or countries that are tropical and subtropical. Its reach truly has no boundaries. It is smaller than your mosquito, coming in at 1.5 to 10.5 millimeters. Therefore, it is incredibly hard to detect when and where it is biting you. Once eggs are laid, they can survive for just about 1 year before hatching. This makes the survival rate extremely high, as most are not dying before even hatching. In summation, it is known to carry over 30 different diseases and viruses. This is insane and super unfortunate because just because you've been bitten once and caught a disease doesn't mean that you can be bit soon after and catch a whole different virus. The mosquito is incredibly hard to manage and making it much more dangerous than your personal pest. What do you think about that?
Yes, I do see what you're seeing, but I still think that there's a great value to my thoughts. My mosquito carries West Nile virus. As a kid, I grew up hearing about this deadly virus and how many people it infected. One of the largest number of cases of viral encephalitis in the United States is the West Nile virus. This virus is transmitted to humans through the Culex mosquito, and approximately 62 species of mosquitoes have been affected with the West Nile virus in the U.S. Recent studies show that blood transfusions, tissue transplantation, and breastfeeding have also been proven to transmit West Nile disease. So not only is it infecting those it bites, but it has the ability to infect people it has never even come into contact with, like newborn babies who have extremely weak immune systems.
Wow, that is crazy and so sad. Most moms probably don't even know that they have the disease when they begin breastfeeding and are unknowingly putting their newborn babies at risk. However, the Aedes albopictus mosquito has recently been drawn to the transmission of the Zika outbreak that has recently made its way over to the United States. This is something that your mosquito also carries, which is just another intense and deadly virus to add to the list for my mosquito. The female Aedes albopictus are the ones that are infecting people, and they prefer to strike during the day. So 2 hours after sunrise and 2 hours before the sunset is when they are out and about. These mosquitoes are super harmful because they are able to breed in the smallest amounts of standing water and bite people from behind when they're not looking. Like I said, they're so small and undetectable, making it hard to fight them off. In fact, my mosquito is so tiny that they can actually breed and reproduce in an area as small as a water bottle cap. The Aedes mosquito has been named the most invasive mosquito in the world and is adapted to survive in cooler temperatures, unlike most mosquito species.
Wow, I don't know what to say. Both seem incredibly horrible and so dangerous and deadly. However, I still stand by my argument that as a result of the ability for the disease to be passed on to other humans through contact, I truly believe mine is more harmful. All mosquitoes can pass on diseases, but Zika and West Nile are some of the worst. The life cycle is 8 to 10 days, which is short, but these types of mosquitoes are incredibly potent during their time on Earth. It inhabits such a large area of the world and carries some of the most potent diseases known to man. Zika can be passed on through birth and can also cause deformities in unborn children. It is nearly untreatable at that point. The Culex fatigans mosquito is definitely more harmful.
So my last thoughts on this matter are that I completely agree that your mosquito is deadly. However, my mosquito is so much smaller than most other mosquitoes, including yours, making it so hard to get rid of. It breeds in shady areas, which is almost anywhere once the sun goes down. It carries diseases that are incredibly difficult to treat. It can survive in low temperatures, unlike nearly every mosquito found and documented to date. So whereas your mosquito is only coming out during the day, and females are the only sex during the biting, the Aedes albopictus mosquito can bite at any given time, even when you're asleep and completely unaware and unassuming. I truly believe that it is more harmful, and I think we'll have to agree to disagree on this one.